transcript, and close to 100 hours of interviews I conducted with scores of sources. I should also mention that for the ease of listening, some of the conversations and dialogue in this book have been trimmed and edited for clarity and cohesiveness. Nothing that impacts the meaning or the intent was changed, however. Conversations were, like in any nonfiction book, reduced at times for editorial purposes. This book truly needs no more of an introduction. I think you, the listener, will agree that this nonfiction thriller is one of the most comprehensive murder mysteries in quite some time. Part 1. Rabbit Trail. Chapter 1. It was just after 6 o'clock on the evening of July 18, 2003. For the past 90 minutes, 18-year-old Brittany Vicko, pseudonym, had been calling Tiffany Rowell one of her BFFs since middle school. Something was wrong, Brittany felt. She kept dialing Tiffany's number, but there was no response. Brittany had spoken to Tiffany's boyfriend of several years, Marcus Priscilla, earlier that day, after Marcus had answered Tiffany's cell phone. "She's in the bathroom," Marcus said. It was close to 3 o'clock then. "I'll call back," Brittany told him. 30 minutes later, Brittany started phoning her friend again. But no one, not even Marcus, picked up. "I was in the area, so I drove over to Tiffany's house," Brittany recalled later. Brittany's boyfriend, her nephew, and her boyfriend's cousin went with her. Brittany drove. They stopped at a McDonald's after leaving an appointment Brittany had downtown at 4:10 p.m. A few minutes after 6, Brittany pulled into Tiffany Rowell's driveway in the stylish suburban neighborhood of Millbridge Drive, Clear Lake City, Texas, and noticed immediately that Marcus's and Tiffany's vehicles were there. Tiffany's truck was parked in front of the house, its back wheel up on top of the curb. Marcus's car was positioned next to the garage. Why aren't they answering their phones? Brittany pulled in behind Marcus's car. Odd, she thought, looking at both vehicles. They must be here. Brittany got out and rang the doorbell. No answer. She rang it again. Not a peep from inside the house. She knocked. Then she tried to look through a nearby window, cupping both hands over the sides of her eyes to block the light. But again, no movement or sound from anyone inside. Brittany kept banging, harder and louder, eventually forcing the unlocked door to creak open. Brittany's boyfriend and the others watched from inside Brittany's vehicle as she slowly walked into the house. "Tiff, you here?" Something seemed peculiar about the situation. It was eerily quiet inside the house. There was a steely, metallic smell in the air. The door left unlocked and open? Both cars in the driveway and no one around? It was so unlike Tiffany. Where was everyone? Brittany walked through a short foyer before entering the sunken living room. She took 5 steps, then found herself standing and staring at a scene that, at first, didn't register. As Brittany's boyfriend got out of her vehicle, he watched Brittany run like hell back out the same doorway she had just walked through. Brittany Vicko was screaming, with a look of terror on her face. "Call the cops!" Out of breath, approaching her boyfriend, who was now looking toward the house, Brittany yelled again, "Call the cops!" She was hysterical. Her boyfriend walked up to the doorway and approached the inside of the house. Then he came barreling out of the same doorway, screaming. Brittany was on the ground by then, crying, smashing her fists into the grass. Her boyfriend noticed a neighbor across the street talking on his cell phone, so he ran toward the guy, yelling, "Call the police! Call the police!" The man dialed 911. There was blood everywhere, Brittany's boyfriend later said, describing what he had seen inside Tiffany Rowell's house. Chapter 2. It happens when life seems arrested by adolescence. Just out of high school, you're still running on a full tank of teen angst. To think about college seems, well, overwhelming, so far in the future. Your parents are getting on you. Adulthood